What's happening, Noops? So glad to be with you on This Week in Kappa League TV.
My name is Hunter Goins from Decatur Kappa League, and you're watching Kappa League TV.
Reporting for Kappa League TV, I'm Luke Williams.
Reporting for Kappa League TV, I'm Joshua Hardy.
You're watching Kappa League TV.
You're watching Kappa League TV.
Kappa League TV!
I'm Niles Holt from Alpharetta Smyrna Alumni Chapter Kappa League, and you're watching Kappa League TV. The recent water crisis in Jackson, Mississippi prevented residents from drinking the city's water due to contamination. The Kappa Brothers of Alpharetta Smyrna alumni turned out in numbers to a local church to provide assistance.
In mid-August, Jackson, Mississippi experienced flooding after heavy rains, which caused damage to a water treatment pump, leaving residents unable to consume the water. Elizabeth Baptist Church, among others, put out a call for bottled water donations, which will be driven to Jackson on a truck they commissioned.
I think that brothers recognized that there was a need for people that were like them, like us, to make sure that we answered the call, that in any circumstance or occasion, it could have been us. And recognizing that need to support other families, other communities, was what brothers really tapped into.
After collecting several cases of water, the Kappa Brothers of Alpharetta Smyrna alumni contributed over $500 to purchase more bottled water.
We had several brothers to meet us at BJ's warehouse with SUVs and pickup trucks in order for us to be able to load up the water. Then we had several other brothers to meet us at the church. And over the next maybe 3 to 4 hours, we just spent that time loading the water on pallets and then allowing that water to be loaded into the tractor.
Working alongside members of the church, everyone worked together, moving the cases from the sanctuary to pallets outside where they were stacked, wrapped, and loaded onto the truck.
There were gentlemen transporting the water from the church itself and then organizing it on the pallet. So you may have 25 to 35 gentlemen in line just passing cases of water. It was really just a community effort among everybody that was present.
The pastor of the church was pleasantly surprised to see so many of the Kappa men present.
I think the initiative went very well. I think we shocked the church so much so that they were extremely appreciative and thankful for the number of brothers that showed up. And to be the best represented fraternity that showed out for a cause like this was also a plus for the chapter.
Kappa League TV, where Kappa Leaguers and their mentors share their powerful stories, can be found at Kappa League TV on YouTube. This is Niles Holt with Alpharetta Smyrna Kappa League, and you're watching Kappa League TV.
Hey, what's happening, Noobs? I'm here with our national director, Kevin Burnett. And one of the things that we've been talking about is how the Guide-Right Centennial is not an event just that happened in the summer. It's the entire year where we have established that we're 100 years old and we are the oldest and most successful African-American male-led mentorship program for young men of color in U.S. history. So we got a lot of great programs that are going on this year, and one of them is working with the African Americans at the Federal Aviation Association, Kevin?
Yeah, so we have a partnership now with the National Black Coalition of Federal Aviation Employees, and their mission is to advocate for diversity within the aviation field. And our partnership includes providing STEM programs for our Kappa Leaguers, providing career exposure for them into the fields of aviation. We recently kicked off the first program in Dallas on October 22nd. It was an outstanding program. We had 48 Kappa Leaguers involved. They got to tour the Network Operations Center. They got to see the flight simulators that the pilots use, and they come to understand that there are thousands of jobs besides being a pilot that is involved in keeping airplanes going in the air. And it was a very interesting and enlightening experience for them, and we plan to bring that out across all 12 provinces to our Kappa Leaguers. As well as we're going to have some opportunities for brothers for job opportunities into the aviation field.
Wow, that's awesome. So how did this all come about?
This all came about from the Guide-Right Centennial in St. Louis, and they had some members of the NBC FAE that was there doing workshops, and they were so impressed with what they saw from the Centennial and from the young men particularly, that they decided they wanted to partner with us, and they actually presented Kappa Alpha Psi with one of their awards that they give out to organizations for community service.
Wow, that's great. Are there any Noops that were particularly involved in moving this forward that you'd like to give a shout out to?
Well, sure, definitely Scott Johnson, who is our Eastern Province Guide-Right Chairman. He was the one who first had the connection with the NBC FAE, and that kicked it off. And Scott and Drayon Glenn, who is also the Southwestern Province Guide-Right Chairman, they engineered this first kickoff session in Dallas, and they'll be working to deploy these throughout the rest of the United States.
Wow. So listen, shout out to the
Eastern Province and Southwestern Province.
Southwestern Province for moving forward with this type of initiative where we have connections professionally that will give us access to programs that will help to expand and grow Kappa League, as well as possibly bring in some jobs for the brothers.
Exactly.
So, Noops, from here, let's just keep in mind, whatever province you're in, if you have a program that you think would be beneficial to Kappa League nationally or beneficial to the brothers, please reach out to Kevin Burnett. You guys have his email address, or you can reach out to kappaleaguetv@gmail.com, and let's use the resources that we have to pull things together for programs that will be beneficial to the expansion of the oldest and most successful African-American male mentorship program in U.S. history. Brother Burnett, thank you so much for this interview, and we are looking forward to seeing this program come to light.
Thank you, Brother Jones.
Hey, Noops and Kappa Leaguers. National Guide-Right wants to thank you for your participation in the hashtag KL Get Out and Vote campaign. It was a big success. We know that you know it was important to vote, but we want to make sure you understand why it's important to vote. See, each time you vote for somebody, you send a representative to government and they become your voice. They represent your wants and needs for you, your family, and your community. But if you don't vote, then they will send somebody there who does not represent your needs, who doesn't know what you want, does not represent your community, and therefore you will have no voice in government when important decisions are being made. This couldn't be articulated any better than Brother Jamal Bryant. Take a listen.
Ladies and gentlemen, when the Republican Party of Georgia moved Herschel Walker from Texas to Georgia so that he could run for Senate, it's because change was taking too fast in the post-antebellum South. The state had been flipped blue, and there are some principalities that were not prepared for a black man and a Jewish man to go to Senate at the exact same time.
This is Jamal Bryant of New Birth Missionary Baptist Church.
So they figured that they would delude us by picking somebody who they thought would in fact represent us better with a football than with a degree in philosophy. They thought we were so that we were so stupid that we would elect the lowest caricature of a stereotypical broken black man as opposed to somebody who is educated and erudite and focused. Y'all ain't ready for me today. Since Herschel Walker was 16 years old, white men been telling him what to do, telling him what school to go to, where to live, where to eat, where to buy a house, where to run, where to sit down, where to sleep, where to pay for abortions, where to buy a gun. And you think they not gonna tell him how to vote? In 2022, we don't need a walker, we need a runner. We need somebody who gonna run and tell the truth about January 6th. We need somebody who gonna run and push for the cancellation of student loan debts. We need somebody who gonna run and make the former president respond to a subpoena. We don't need a walker, we need somebody who will be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding, knowing that your labor is not in vain. Georgia, I need you to know the slave Negroes y'all are used to don't live here no more. We can think for ourselves, function for ourselves, and vote for ourselves. Why? Because we don't need a
Thanks for watching Kappa League TV. Now, if you like what you see, do us a favor, hit the subscribe button, and then don't forget to turn on your notifications so you can know when the next Kappa League TV report comes out. Kappa League TV!